Hey everybody, we're going to do a video on the spider gene. I just wanted to show you some of the spiders in my collection and talk about this wobble that everybody talks about. Everybody considers it like a neurological disease. It's not really a neurological disease, but some do have a little bit of a tremor or wobble as they call it. It's more of a tremor in my collection. I don't really have anything that bad, but I'm going to show you everything I got and go over it with you. And I don't know if you noticed, but we do have some empty slots here. We've sold some snakes recently, and just a huge shout out and thank you to everybody that has purchased from us. It's really humbling, really it is. That people are interested in our snakes and everything, because like I said, I never really got into this for as a business or anything, so it's nice to know that people like what we're producing and want what we're producing, because like I said, it's just very humbling, and it's kind of great, and hopefully you make some good friends in the hobby, because that's what it's all about. And anyway, so get back to the video. Let me start showing you some snakes. So let's just start off with a plain spider. This girl is what, month and a half? Or, I'm sorry, 2.5 months old or something. But let me see if it'll focus on her a little better. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. But, not really much of a tremble at all that you can see. Um, she does have it when she eats. It's very slight. Really does not affect her with eating. Um, that she's purchased already, and we're just holding her for the owners till they're ready to together. But yeah, not much at all. And there you go. Let me show you another one. So this is a male spider. It's from the same clutch. I'm not gonna mess with him because it's in shed, but this guy too is pretty rock solid. Like I said, maybe a slight tremble when he eats. This guy is by far the best eater. One of the two best eaters in this cold clutch. Started eating frozen thawed right away. So really hasn't affected him. I haven't seen anything from it. So yeah, so no real debilitating disease as people call it. So there we go. So this here is a leopard pinstripe spider. I haven't posted him yet, but I will be posting him soon. But he's really, really agitated. He's kind of a little ticked off. I woke him up. I think he was thinking I was going to feed him. I don't know if you see that when I move him. I don't know if it's my hand or just him, but there's just like that little tiny slight tremble. So that's probably the most typical thing that we see with spiders and spider combos. Um, yeah, so it doesn't affect them with eating or anything, but let me go on, I'll show you some more. So this girl here is a pastel spider Yellowbelly. I kind of just left her in here, so she was doing a little bit of that tremble. She's one that when I go to feed, I don't know if it's just the size of her cage or her, but she'll kind of pick her head up a little bit higher, and definitely has a bit of trembling when she eats. But she's been eating frozen thawed from the beginning. She's a super aggressive eater. She doesn't miss meals. Um, she's missed one when she was in shed recently, but other than that, she's been rock solid, solid eater and everything. But she's probably one that probably you will see it, but it doesn't really affect her in a negative way. So that's her. So this girl here is pretty much the same thing as the other one, except adding a fire gene to it. So this is a fire pastel spider Yellowbelly. Um, no real significant tremors or anything on this girl. You'll see it a little when she feeds, but this one, just like the other one, was the only two from this clutch that started on frozen thawed right away, and they're both from this clutch some my most aggressive feeders. I don't think this girl has missed any meals, even when she was in shed. Maybe one when she was in shed, but I don't worry about these two at all when it comes to eating. So here, let me move on then. So this guy's in shed, so I didn't really want to mess with him too much. So this is a Pastel pinstripe spider Yellowbelly. He too has just that little slight wobble, that tremor when he eats. But that's about it. He was a slow starter, but it probably had nothing to do with the spider gene at all. Some of them are, but I'll tell you what, the last month and a half, definitely last month and a half, he has been just a phenomenal eater. So I'm not worried about him anymore as far as that's concerned. But anyways, yeah, so really the spider gene really hasn't affected him much at all either. Okay, so this is my male spider Yellowbelly. He's 4 years old now. Really no, as far as he's concerned either. He does have a little slight tremor every now and then. Usually when he's pretty excited. When it comes feeding time, you will see it. But nothing like those horror videos that people show you. Yeah, so spider gene really hasn't affected him either. So this guy here is a fire pinstripe spider Yellowbelly. He has always been on and off eater. He's never been a super eater. He's never been a bad eater, but he eats well for a few weeks and then takes a few weeks off, and it's been like that ever since I had him. The only time I see any kind of tremor is if there is feeding time, but that he's my number one breeder actually. He's produced more babies here than anybody else, and yeah, so really hasn't affected him either. Hasn't really affected him. So that's him. All right, so this girl here is a lesser leopard spider. So when she was a baby, I only saw a little bit of a slight tremor occasionally when she ate, and then it kind of went away completely. And then now that she's gotten older, I kind of noticed maybe a little bit of a slight head tilt to the left. And that's kind of something that she's developed over the years. She's 4 years old, or 5 years old now. Oh, she? Yeah, 4 years old now. But she's produced 2 clutches. She's actually my number one breeder as far as egg production. Does not miss meals often. If she's in shed, she'll miss a meal. If you saw that there, see that little tremble right there? That's about as bad as you're going to get from her. But then there, she's pretty solid. So yeah, so really hasn't affected her at all. All right, so this girl is a pastel cinnamon fire pinstripe spider. Again, same thing with the other ones, just a slight, maybe even a slight tremor. Don't see it that often, but every now and then it'll show when she feeds. But other than that, really nothing on her. So this girl here is a pastel cinnamon fire spider Yellowbelly. And to be completely honest with you, I have never seen anything from her. Honestly, I've never seen any kind of tremble or anything with her. She's really, really good eater. Yeah, so this is one of those cases where you won't see anything. Now, the last two I'm going to show you do have a bit of a wobble and stuff, and I'll show you them. Okay, so last is going to be this pastel spider Yellowbelly male. He was one that when he was a baby, he definitely had significant tremors. He would kind of hold his head to the side too if he was startled or surprised. and I thought, God, nobody's gonna want him like this. So I'm just gonna keep him and see what happens. And he has grown up to be the biggest male I've ever produced. He's close to 2,000, he's over 2,000 grams actually. Never had a problem feeding. Yeah, when we go to feed him, he'll have that little head tremor, but nothing like he was when he was a baby. He does have a little bit of a slight head tilt, but it doesn't affect him eating at all. I just have to make sure that when I feed frozen thawed, I just make sure I have it close to him. I present, the head, and if he misses, he's either going to come back and hit it on his way back, or he's going to recoil and strike again. That's just how he is. And look at him. He can't. You can't say that the as bad as the spider wobble as he's had, it's affected him in a negative way. So, anyways, that's my take on it. And that's just what I have in my collection. Like I said, I know there's some severe cases out there. I've seen the videos. I'm not denying that they're out there, but just wanted to show you what was in our collection and what we had, just kind of being transparent and stuff, and just, trying to get the conversation going on it. As you can see in my collection, it really hasn't affected anybody really that negative. So anyways, thanks for watching.